Hi, and welcome to Cat Run Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Mark. And today we're going to be introducing you to All-Star Batman issue 6. Now, the reason why I'm not doing this full review and Caitlin is here next to me is because I've had just a touch to drink. But, getting right onto the story, she can tell you more about it because I'm feeling a little dizzy.
Alright, so the reason why we started with issue 6 is this is the first part of a brand new arc. This is going to be Batman going after Mr. Freeze instead of the first arc, which was Batman going after Two-Face and the whole road trip of that, which was an amazing story. This one starts off just as strong. So getting right on into the story.
It is 300 miles north of the Arctic Circle. Now, if you guys know me very well, that's not where I was this summer.
So it opens on into a poem that I'm sure a million people have heard before. The one of fire and ice and desire. Yeah, all that mishigosh.
Mishigosh, that's awesome.
It's a good poem, but I don't really want to go through reading all of it. Anywho, so Batman is going after Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze has a virus, and once again, he's trying to freeze the entire world to make it an icicle wonderland.
That sounds pretty cool.
You're not supposed to agree with him. He's the bad guy.
You can't agree with villains every once in a while. Who doesn't want an isolated world?
Where you have to live in a freezer suit.
Where you have to live in a freezer suit all the time. That actually doesn't sound that bad.
Anywho, so Batman approaches Mr. Freeze's ice fortress, and you see he's got this kick-ass bat ice suit on. I'm sorry if it's a little hard to see it on the camera. These are very light panels in the introduction.
And there is very bright lighting in here. Thanks,
Yes.
Mom.
Anywho, so Batman, in his little Arctic suit, is breaking into the fortress, and this is when we get to see Freeze and his people.
I like to call them freezer burns.
Yes, the freezer burned.
Or, as I would say, the people who look like Game of Thrones, but they're really not.
That's why he wore this shirt. But yes, they look a lot like the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. They act a lot like them too. Basically, it's a bunch of frozen naked people running around.
High five.
They're like frozen naked zombies. But, yeah, so Freeze orders them to tear off Batman's Arctic suit to expose him to the elements, that he will deal with it the way they do. So we also get to see Freeze without his traditional suit on. It's because we are in the Arctic in extreme temperatures, and he doesn't need the suit to survive here. So I thought that was pretty interesting.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. It's all surrounded by snow. He's Mr. Freeze, and he's the reason why this storm is going on that Batman is wandering around in. Spearheading him and all.
The ends of the earth.
The ends of the earth.
You gotta admit that's a powerful panel right there.
That is a pretty powerful panel.
I gotta tell you, I love the art here, and I love the use of color or lack thereof, because it really does feel like you're stuck in an Arctic storm, kind of. It makes you feel cold when you're reading this.
I know, it makes me want to have a bowl of ice cream.
I mean, it especially helps the fact that we're stuck in winter here in Indiana, so. But, yeah, Freezer
burn.
The freezer burned, tear off Batman's suit, and thankfully he's wearing a normal bat suit underneath, but he is going to freeze to death. That is the idea. And they're discussing the fact that Freeze is excited about this new Earth. His people, and his wife Nora are all going to be able to survive it. It's going to be a winter wonderland. And he believes that this is going to be a dawn of a new era.
So he's going to be listening to Frank Sinatra the entire time. It's going to be great. What?
Wow. But yeah, he's talking about the fact that they are going to freeze the entire Earth, as you can see here. Just, I love the use of all the color and everything. But yeah, just a bunch of crazy freezer naked people running around. Yep.
Yeah.
It literally, this panel says, there are no words.
But technically...
There are no words.
But then there are technically words by saying there are no words.
Oh, and then we get to see...
And then we get to see Batman injecting himself with hot death.
Well, we don't get to see the injection of the virus, but he's infected himself with the hot death virus to counteract Mr. Freeze's icicle virus. And we get to see them come to blows. And Batman himself has ordered an airstrike on this location. And we get to see Batman throw Freeze into a cryogenic freezer.
And he locks himself with him, and he breaks the handle off right before it closes. So that way, they're going to be laying together for a very, very long time. Yes.
But just look at that panel. It just looks like a bad way to go.
Bad way to go to sleep. That's like me laying next to you every night. You're the one who produces all the body heat. I absorb it all because I'm freezing all the time. This is why this is going to be an awesome panel, because I'm Mr. Freeze. This is Batman.
They're both cracking up. One's all frozen, the other one's burnt.
Yeah, it's a little bit of fire and ice.
I gotta tell you, I felt like it was a very strong first part of this new story arc. I'm really enjoying the hell out of All-Star Batman. How about you?
Yeah, I really did enjoy this one. It's just, I couldn't do the review alone. I preferred her being here.
But I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed the art style, the writing or the lack thereof. Just, I felt like it really did convey the message it was going for.
Yeah, it did. It was very well written.
Mm-hmm. But I feel like Freeze was a great villain to choose after Two-Face.
Yeah.
I felt like this was a good way to follow up. They didn't pick a weak villain to be their next one for this, so I was pretty excited about that. Snyder, good job.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, overall, what are your feelings on this comic?
Overall, I really did appreciate this comic, and I think that you guys should really pick up this issue. I mean, just seriously, look at the cover of it.
Pick it up if you haven't already.
Block her face, lock my face, and pick it up.
But, yeah, so like this video. Give us a like if you like this video. Comment below and tell us whether or not you picked up this issue, if you enjoyed it as much as we did. Subscribe to our channel for more comic book content.
And tell us if you liked us being together in the same video, because
we might do this more often then.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll definitely
try. But check out any of our older videos we have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin.
And I'm Mark.
Bye.
Toodaloos.